Okay, after a week waiting time, finally the new drive shaft has arrived. As you can see here, there was one previously supplied, but that was not in good condition. I will include picture of it as well, where was the problem that so we didn't accept that from the supplier. So then the supplier today has sent this new drive shaft, and now I'm going to install that right now. This is the new one, this is the old one. I'm going to use the old bolts because customer, anyway, that those bolts have to be changed, but customer didn't want to go for that one because of the bed not to go high. So he decided to use the old bolts. In spite of that, I told him that the manufacturer specification is to use this bolts just one time. So anyway, I'm going to install the drive shaft right now, and then we will go together through the installing procedure. So the drive shaft output, your outer joint, so not output, outer joint thread diameter is 24 millimeter. So the torque specification is for this 250 Newton meter. So 1 series E81, E82, E87, E88, E90, E91, E92, except S65 and E93. So 24 millimeter of the thread diameter. So tightening torque specification is 250 Newton meter. So the output shaft or the outer joint thread diameter is 24 millimeters. So the tightening torque specification for the hub nut or the drive shaft securing nut is 250 Newton meters. So as you can see here, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 millimeters of diameter. This is the service manual. Service manual has listed model 118D 5 doors, so produced from year 2007 onward. So this tightening torque specification applies to one series, in one series for all of these models. So like E87, E82, E87, E88, E90, E91, E92, except S65 and E93. So the output shaft or the outer joint of the drive shaft thread diameter is 24 millimeters. So and the tightening torque specification for this is 250 Newton meter. And also there is a small note that replacing collar nut lightly oil contact faces, not the thread, just where the face of the nut contacts the hub, put or smear with the oil a little bit. Okay, this is the note to be considered while you installing the drive shaft flange. So it says before installing output shaft, make sure that drive flange is fully engaged in rear differential. Replace bolt and washer. So the customer did not go for replacing the washer and screws. So E81, E82, E87, E90, 91, 92 and 93. So drive shaft to rear differential, drive flange, torque screws with rivet teeth. So 8mm threads, replace screws 52 Newton meters. So 10mm threads, replace screw with 70 Newton meters. So E87 only. So it is I'm going to check that with you and show you that the drive shaft which I currently have, what is the diameter of the flange to the rear differential threads. So the thread diameter is 10 millimeters. So let's check the tightening specification for this. So do not measure here, you need to measure here. So our drive shaft flange screws diameter is 10 millimeter. So we are going to tightening to 70 Newton meters. So this is 87, but my one is not 87, I think it's 82. We are going to tighten the drive shaft flange screws to the rear differential 70 Newton meter. This is the new one, tip of the new one, and this is the old one. Watch. And let me show you what. So one is new, this one is wrapped by the wheel speed sensor ring. This is new one. Tightening torque specification is 8 Newton meter. Repair. As you can see, the light is still on the dashboard, and we have done the repair. Now we are going to clear the fault code from the EBS module and then check the live data if the rear left or rear passenger side EBS sensor is generating any signal.
So EBS full code. So okay, as you can see, because the car is not driven yet, it has not been driven yet, so some are present, some fault codes are present because the cycle is not completed either, or the ignition is not cycle. So, and also as you can see here, as you can see here on the dashboard, the ABS malfunction light is still illuminating. So now I'm going to clear the fault code and then check the data, and while driving the car slowly backward and forward. I'm going to turn the engine off. So engine is off. Ignition is on again, and now I'm going to go back, so, and erase the fault code. Codes have been successfully erased. Return to the function menu and tap read code. Okay. So one code is present: dynamic stability control DTC brake part, where so that's that was already existed because the front or near side or the passenger side pads warning sensor or brake pad sensor is snapped off. The wire is snapped off. So now so I'm going to cycle the ignition, and you see, so one second. This has been nightmare. So in cycle the ignition, and now I'm going to start the engine and see. The ABS light is still illuminating. I'm not sure why. Let me check the fault code. As you can see, no fault code, just one fault code for the brake pad warning sensor. But let me turn the ignition key off and wait for a little bit time. Good. That is good indication that all four wheel speed sensors are generating signal, as you can see here. That's good.
Okay, now as you can see, the all four wheel speed sensors are generating signal, and as you can see, the light has become the light is no longer illuminating. So that was a good repair, and thank you for watching.